Okay, back at it again with the next video on our angel investor operating system in Notion. So in this video, we are going to create some more KPIs, data parts of the operating system. And as always, we're going to start with a new page here. And I call it, so let's just put an icon here and I call it KPIs. And then we are going to start with a new table. And this is a new empty database, KPIs. We can hide that. And now the interesting part begins. We want to have information on our active portfolio. And we want to have information on our exited portfolio. So we are going to use a lot of lookups for this. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to connect this entry with our portfolio companies, and we are going to use a relation for this and say company, so companies, and add this relation here. And now you can easily select the different companies that we invested in. I have two portfolio companies here that are active, and I will now calculate a few interesting things for this. And let's start first with the total amount that we invested into the company and companies, and let's use a roll-up for that. So we are going to use a company relation, and we want to have the invested amount. So let's take a look. So investment amount, and we want to calculate the sum of it. So overall, we invested 300K into these two companies, and now we want to have some more data. So next up would be, next up for us would be the current value that we want to know of all of our portfolio companies. So let's use another roll up and say current value. We are using the relation again, and now we want to have the property of the current value, and we are using the sum again here. And as you can see, the current value is 500K, and we are going to change that to invested amount, the current value here. And we also want to have the number of companies. So let's just add another lookup, roll up. We want to have the companies, and we want to have the property of let's see the name, and calculate count values. So we have two portfolio companies here. With the data that we have, we can now also calculate the multiple on invested capital. So number of portcos is this, and then we want to have a formula, and we are going to say, okay, this is the MOIC. So let's use the information that we just created. So we want to have the current value divided by the invested amount. And as you can see, we have the MOIC now here. And we can also create a formula that calculates our average check size. So let's going to create that. So we have the number of portcos and the invested amount. So invested amount divided by number of portfolio companies. So the average check size here would be 150K, and we are going to change that to US dollars. Okay, so I just created an example company for an exited company. So in this case, Airbnb. And as you can see, we are getting the same information here. So we invested 200K, current value or exited value in this case is 3 million. So the MOIC would be 15 and the check size was 200K. And overall, you can also do the sum here to see all of the money that you invested in, also the current value. And I think this is it for now for the KPIs part. I think later on we can see if we can create any kind of more interesting data out of all the information we have, but I just wanted to show you real quick the lookup and the relation for the KPIs. And now we are left with value add automations and templates. So see you in the next video.